Welcome back to another episode of the Extra Point Podcast. This is episode 8, Charles.
Bro, that's a lot of enthusiasm.
Come on.
You got some punch in your voice.
Okay, after 7 episodes, I finally figured out how to do it.
Yeah, you did. You're ready to be a host.
Did you like that catch?
Yeah, that was really smooth, too.
Odell Beckham
Might
like
have
that?
my guy. Yeah.
I didn't even realize we had that there.
He's been here since day one, watching over us.
Did he not retire this offseason?
No, he's still in the game.
Welcome back, y'all. Episode 8.
Episode 8, baby. 2 months in. We're so excited. We love it. We love you. Hey, and listen, Charles and Justin here. We're just two pastors who love sports and love Jesus. And we are convinced that sports are a good thing made by a good God for us to enjoy. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to idolize it, but we're going to enjoy it in its proper perspective. And so that's what the Extra Point's all about. And so Justin's going to pray for us. We're going to get rolling. Like and subscribe. Share with your mom and your dad and all your friends. Happy Father's Day. We're a couple days ago. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day
with your pops.
you, Charles.
Thanks, man. It was a good day.
Yeah.
It was a good day. And I'm healthy, by the way. Thanks for asking.
Oh,
Remember I was sick?
Everybody was wondering.
I ended up getting strep.
Did you see the
comments? Can you believe that? Really?
Oh, man.
That means a lot to me.
Oh, they were blowing up.
Oh, thanks for your prayers if you prayed. Yeah, my daughter and I both got strep, so that was kind of awful.
Shout out, Ellie.
I've had strep since I was in high school. I don't remember it ever being this bad.
But your comeback was quick.
You know what? For the first time in my life, I went... So, remember, we filmed, it was on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I left here, I went home, I was telling my wife, like, babe, I'm not feeling good. And our daughter was already had a fever for a day. For the first time ever, I was like, I'm just going to go straight to the doctors. Normally, I just stay at home, thug it out. Yeah. It's just, but once you get the antibiotics in, I mean, 24 hours, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And so now
You were back Thursday, like nothing happened.
I felt great.
Legit.
Yeah.
The thug it out way, that's like the Hispanic way of growing up.
And that's what I did a lot. But... You know, but once you get the antibiotics in, bro, you're good to go.
And your wife is also a nurse.
She's a nurse.
You're blessed. All right, let's go ahead and pray us in so we can get this episode going.
Yes.
Bow your heads. Father God, we just want to thank you. Stop laughing. We just want to thank you, Jesus, for this moment, Father. I pray for this episode, Jesus. I pray that you would just be in this conversation that me and Charles have. I just pray that it would be one that is fruitful to us, not only us, but the people watching this conversation. I pray for the people watching it in their cars, the bedrooms, the kitchens, the dinner tables, wherever they may be watching. Father, I just pray such a special blessing over them and their families as they go along with their weeks. Just let this conversation be fruitful. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen and amen. All right, well, listen, guys. We are 2-2 in the NBA Finals. You know what? We've been hating on these finals. We've been pooping on it a lot, saying it's the worst. It's kind of... Games 3 and 4 were...
very entertaining.
Yeah, they're pretty entertaining games.
Real ball lovers... This series is...
Games 3 and 4 were actually really solid, so I want to give an apology to Indiana and Oklahoma.
Yes.
Because I really was hating on the series.
Yes, you were. Well, also... Knicks bias,
but we were hating on it. You were. Don't act like I'm the only one that was saying
you were more hating than me.
I don't know if that's fair.
I'm a real ball lover, so I would appreciate this fun.
See, I don't think that's true.
Haliban.
But Haliban. But anyway, so in game 5 is tonight. Again, we're recording this Monday, May 16th. But with the series tied 2-2, that's just before we even get into any of the stats, box scores. Just what's your after 4 games of this series?
I still feel the Thunder's going to take it all, but I'm less confident than I was last week. At the time of this recording last week compared to where I am right now.
Yeah, because last week, I forgot to bring your Coke Zero. Remember, we bet a Coke Zero. I said the Thunder were going to sweep it out, and then they lost the next day.
You were confident in that.
I was really confident.
Yeah, I knew the Pacers were due for a bounce back. They were due for a game where all their stars showed up, which was game 3.
Yeah.
Where they had over 20, at least one person cracked 20, and it looked like they were like an NBA's finals team.
Hey, they had 2 people crack 20.
Was it Hallie and
Hallie had
Pascal?
22, Siakam had 21.
Yeah. Like that's when they're scoring above 20, that's when they're at their best, obviously. Any team's at their best.
And the Thunder bench did not perform.
Yes. That's not to say they didn't. Game 4, they did. But game 3, I knew that I had the Pacers winning that one. They showed up. I mean, that was pretty...
Well, they dominated the fourth
quarter. I wouldn't say it was a close game, but...
No, I mean, they only won by 8, but it was that fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was.
Fully ran away.
And it was all that. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, he was aggressive. Like, that's what we said he needed to do. He put up how many shots? 17 in game 3?
Yep.
Yeah, 17 shots in game 3. Like
50% from 3, 4
Yeah, bro. He had high assist numbers.
11 assists.
Low turnovers.
Almost had a triple-double.
Yeah.
He had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, exactly. How many turnovers?
4.
Okay, that's a little high for Tyrese, but still, bro. But it was a story of not only was their stars showed up, but their bench. Like we've said multiple times.
Yeah, dude, that was the Mathurin game.
Yes, like the games
Big
that
time.
these teams win, their bench is really what shows up and does the work.
I mean, if Mathurin didn't produce, they would have lost that game.
Yeah, I mean, wait, 27 off the bench. You know, that's the most points off the bench since Jason Terry in 2011 for the Mavericks.
Really?
The most points
in
that
the
a bench
finals.
player has ever scored in the finals since 2011.
No way.
Jason Terry.
That's a crazy stat.
Right? That's insane.
That's a really crazy stat. Wow.
16 years?
No, 14.
Oh, I'm bad with math. 14 years, though. And
Still.
but if you remember that series, Jason Terry was lighting them up, bro.
Yeah,
lighting
that was
LeBron
a
up.
great
They had no
series.
answer for Jason.
That was a great series. But this series, though, is getting better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what's your – but again, so what's your kind of – back to what's your take, though? So 2-2.
You asking for my prediction right now or what?
No, just again, you were talking about the takeaways so far from the series.
Yeah. I think the takeaways right now are the Thunder are a better team. They looked really dominant game 4. They looked dominant game 2. They even looked dominant for majority of game 1. But the Pacers have this underdog in them, this like fight till the end, this like we're not going to give up until that game like ends, until the fourth quarter buzzer hits. And it's unpredictable in that sense because you never know what you're going to get from the Pacers. You never know if you're going to get a Benedict dropping 27 off the bench. You never know if you're going to get a Aaron Nesmith or a Andrew Nembhard game. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Thunder, it's essentially kind of predictable. You know what you're going to get, right? You know you're going to get SGA 30 ball. You know you're going to get a Chet 15, J-Dub maybe 20 points, which he has shown up the past 2 games, right? And then maybe you'll get a Caruso game or an Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins game. But with the Pacers, it's kind of unpredictable. You can't really predict how they're going to show up in games. So I still feel really confident with the Thunder taking this all. But the Pacers have made it really entertaining. Really entertaining. Yeah. What's yours?
Here's my take. The series is for sure over.
Oh, my gosh.
My take is if the Indiana Pacers wanted any chance at winning this series, they blew it in game 4.
Yes.
When they blew that game. Like, there's just no chance that they're going to be able to take this now.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think you said the Thunder have been dominant. They have been dominant, but they weren't dominant game 4. They didn't get a lead until the fourth quarter.
That's true. That's very true.
That was the Thunder's game. Yeah. I mean, the Pacers.
The second half is they showed up. They
no, but it wasn't until the fourth. They had the lead the entire game.
They were up. I remember Indiana was up 7 going into the fourth.
Yeah, man. Like they had a good lead.
Went crazy.
They were playing, and then SGA literally put the team on his back, man.
Yeah.
And again, you just talk about the difference maker.
But what's interesting is OKC did to Indiana in game 4 what Indiana did to OKC in game 1.
Yeah. It was a reversal.
Like OKC was dominant the first 3 quarters.
It was very similar. Very similar.
It's literally the exact same game script. I think OKC outscored them like 31-17 or something like that in the fourth quarter.
That's exactly right.
I mean, I got ball.
Bro, you got it in front
That's
of you?
not on my notes. I'll show you it. It's
because sometimes you be saying some stats, and I'm like, the only way you would know that is if you looked before you walked in here. You're like, these are the ones I'm going to spit off.
No, but that's still a crazy number.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge 31-17
swing, man. In Indiana.
No, like
at
that.
Home.
And that's the thing to me, man, is yes, Oklahoma won, but I really think the Pacers lost game 4. Oklahoma didn't win. Pacers lost game 4, and in turn, they've lost the series. Like, it is just.
I wouldn't go as far as say they lost the series.
I think so, man.
I mean, it's a tie series right now. Like,
that was their chance, bro. They could have taken home court away.
It really was, but I think we could still get another, we saw them steal game 1. Like, that's not to say that OKC is feeling, super confident right now. They did not play great game 4.
They did not.
They did not play great game 4.
But they got the dub.
They got the dub, but, I still think the Indiana has essentially, a solid game plan right now with how they're executing. They looked great game 4, but they just folded in the fourth quarter. But I mean, we talked about Jonathan Williams, J-Dub. His game traveled to Indiana. He played great in those 2 games.
Game 3 he had 26. Game 4 he had 27.
Played really great.
I mean, that's what more can you ask for?
Exactly. He struggled at home though, right?
Yeah.
But showed up on the road.
SGA, he didn't actually for him, not a great game 3. Only 24 game 3.
Mm-hmm.
But game 4 he showed back up, 35.
Yeah, that's insane.
But yeah, I don't think it's really gonna be. I mean, I would be so shocked if the Thunder don't win both next games.
Well,
could the Pacers win Game 6 and then it goes to
they
Game
play
7?
tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the spread right now is, what was it, 9.5?
Dang, Thunder's favorite. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, but I do think it's gonna be that kind of night. Because you just look at it too, man. Like the Pacers, to your point, it's unreliable, and they need, like, again, it was Mather in Game 3 that got them 27, and last game it was Obi having 17, and like they're just. And you look at the rest of their team, it just wasn't. They just need more, man.
Yeah, but even to their credit, bro, like none of us predicted.
No.
We both pretty confidently said OKC in 5.
Yes.
Right, and I think a lot of people coming into this series thought that this series wasn't going to be close.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's even tied right now.
No, man, the Pacers they're a great team, bro. I mean,
they've got a lot of.
It's insane what they're able to do.
Dog in them.
How they're able to play, like they.
Yeah. But
they're a very good team.
Yeah.
And
I'm hoping we get a good Game 5.
They very easily could have won Game 4, and they could be up 3-1 right. That's my whole point. Is like they could have been up 3-1, man. Mm-hmm. Like the series,
and it was looking scary in that fourth at the time,
man. Because the Pacers were playing well.
It was looking scary.
And the Thunder, they didn't really. I mean, Chet had some really clutch plays.
Yeah.
In that fourth quarter, some really clutch.
He also didn't he go down sometime in the beginning of the game, like rolled his ankle?
I do think he was.
I thought he was going to be done, bro. He rolled his ankle.
Yeah, but he ended up being a big difference maker. They really have no answer for him. The Pacers. No one really can
Miles
stop
Turner
him.
hasn't really been showing up, I feel like, this playoff series compared to the New York series.
He really didn't show up too
series.
much.
Yeah.
It wasn't much of a factor even then.
Yeah.
But
it's an entertaining finals though, man.
No,
I've
it is,
enjoyed
bro.
watching
And like
them.
so far, I mean, it's crazy. SGA, he's averaging 32.8 points a game.
Crazy.
Jalen, I mean, good, bro. J-Dub, 22 points.
Yeah.
Like that is
Definitely
solid. Solid. And on the Pacers side, Pascal, 18.8. Hallie, 17.8. Matherin's the third leading scorer.
Yeah.
13.5.
That's crazy. In order for the Pacers to win, Hallie, how many shots did he put up Game 4?
It was a good amount, actually. 15.
15. He's got to be aggressive, man, but he also, like...
He was 1 for 7 from 3.
He's got to have high assist numbers. I've realized the pattern. Every game they win, he has...
He had 7.
Yeah, like he has to have at least 9 to like double-digit assists in order for them to win the game. And like, I mean, Pascal, he's got to do more. He's got to do more. He's got to.
Pascal's been showing up.
Yeah, but okay, what is it?
But not dominating.
Points? Like I need a 30. He needs a 30 bomb, bro. He needs a 30 bomb. He needs to.
But they're playing him well. Like I think that's my point, man. I just think the Thunder. I'm just confident they've got it.
Yeah.
Together, and they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna let the Pacers have yet to score over 120.
Yeah.
Like even Game 3 when they won, it was only 116.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are talking about like the foul calls, but I think that's going both ways.
No, it is, man. This is just today's NBA.
Did Hallie shoot any free throws Game 4?
Oh yeah, he hasn't been at the line at all.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's been a very interesting thing. He hasn't been to the
free throw line.
Game 4 was the first time he went to the line, I think. Almost positive.
That's
he was absurd. He was 3 for 3 Game 4.
But prior to that, never went to the free throw line. So like I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to think about that
because Shea's been all over the line.
I feel like he has been taking it in. He has been driving to the rim. That's just interesting. Scott Foster, bro.
Yeah, but like Williams and Shea, they're putting up 18 to 22 shots a night.
Yeah.
To 24 shot. Like it's just the
matter
volume.
Of aggressiveness. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it really has to do with that volume.
I think pretty favorably. I think the Thunder win tonight.
Oh, yeah, in OKC.
Yeah, I think they win tonight.
I mean, if the Pacers, what they would need to do is they need a legit total team effort.
Yeah.
They need to hope that Shai's going to get 30. They need to hope that J-Dub doesn't perform.
Yeah.
If he doesn't perform, if Chet's a little hobbled, and then the Pacers' whole lineup's able to produce the typical 12-plus, the Pacers can win tonight.
Yeah, but it's not even just that. They need either Benedict game, Obi game, TJ Nash.
They need all of them. They need to produce some, and they got to hope Caruso doesn't produce.
Yeah,
20.
Caruso played great last game.
Yeah, bro, he had a good 20 points again.
Yeah, he's really a vet. He really is.
He's playing great. You know, he's the oldest on the team, and he's not even old.
That was such a good pickup for them this offseason.
He's not even old.
I mean, he's not even 30 yet, right?
No, but he's the oldest on the team.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. They need who was like the Thunder vet in like the 2010s? Nick Collison. Remember Nick Collison?
Nick Collison, yeah,
Remember
he was a
him?
guard, right?
No, he was a big man, right?
Was he?
He was there forever.
Collison was a big man.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
White
I don't know
guy,
why I thought he was a
comb over.
guard.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm thinking someone else.
he was a Thunder goat. I don't know. They obviously don't need a vet because they're playing great.
No, they're playing
But
good.
listen, if the Pacers can win game 6 in Indiana, if they make it back to OKC for Game 7,
No, that's gonna
that
be-
could be scary for OKC.
Yeah, for sure. And again, they very easily could do that.
That could be real scary for OKC.
Very easily.
Yo,
could
that
do
chapstick does not like
Bro,
me.
I'm not sure why my chapstick. Literally, this is the second
Yeah,
time.
like, why can't yours just be like mine? Just
Second time,
calm.
It's flown out.
Brother.
Of my pants. It's flown out of my
We
pants.
run a professional podcast here.
We might need to pray over this.
This show stinks. Pat McAfee.
Dude, this is a little crazy.
This show stinks.
I don't know why that thing's flying out
Anyways,
of my pants.
I hope if this series goes to 7, I'm easily picking Indiana in Game 7.
Really?
Oh man, Pacers in a Game 7 at OKC. I mean, we've seen it, right? We've seen Pacers in Game 7s. We've seen them in enemy territory steal games.
Not games. They haven't been to a game 7.
No, they haven't. Last year they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be real scared against Indiana in a Game 7.
Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna get to that.
I don't either. I think Thunder.
Yeah, you want it to get to that. It'd be a great story. I mean, them winning Game 5 would be a great story, right? Like, oh my gosh, Game 6 in Indiana when they're up 3-2. Like,
All right.
but it's just not gonna.
All right, so you got OKC in 6.
Yeah, there's just no way it's not. I just don't see any world where it's not gonna.
I got Indiana in 7.
That is insane.
Indiana is 7.
I mean, that'd be crazy.
Clip it.
That'd be crazy. But I think I'm just tired of talking about Halliburton, to be honest with you. Like, I'm ready for this to be over.
The Halliburton?
I'm just tired of talking about Halliburton.
Why?
It's just so annoying. We're saying the same thing on repeat. Oh, he's not aggressive. Wow, he showed up. Is he the best in the league?
Yeah,
oh, he's not
very
aggressive. Oh, he
inconsistent.
showed up. Is he the best? It's just like these
I don't
two
know about
extremes.
best in the league, but yeah.
But like every time he has a game, people are acting like, oh, he's a top 3-point guard. Whoa, and it's just
I don't think people are saying that.
like, would you say he's arrived?
I mean, yeah, I would say he's arrived. What does arrived mean? Like,
I mean, it's very relative.
what does arrived mean?
You tell me what it means for you. For me, when you say arrived, it means he has arrived at his peak, at his prime, and he has arrived at like stardom in the NBA.
Yeah, I definitely think he's a star in the league today. I don't think he's a superstar, like on the level of an SGA, Tatum, Luka, Giannis level. Definitely
he's not that
But
level.
he's a star. I mean, he's carried Indiana to the finals. Not carried, but he's brought Indiana to the finals. And they haven't been to the finals since what? Reggie? Not even. Did Reggie even make it to the finals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost.
I mean, that has to say something, right? He's a great, solid point guard. He's a 20 and 10 machine, right? Like, that's essentially what he averages, like 18 and 9. So I would say he's a star in the league. I wouldn't say he's a top star. I think people definitely,
I think I just struggle with his inconsistency.
yeah.
I think that's what
It's
keeps
just
me
his
back.
lows are so low.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
his
if
lows
he
are so low.
if he brought his floor up just even a little bit, I'd have no problem saying he's arrived.
Yeah.
But I think just because of that, it makes it hard. It's like it's like he's so close.
Yeah.
It's like he's at the front of the line.
Very true.
But he just
And I
can't.
think, and maybe this is just to our detriment, I think we have just not been putting too much pressure on him, but Pascal is like the focal point of that team, of that offense. It's Pascal.
Well,
I mean, he's the
focal
point guard. He's
yeah.
the point guard. He initiates
I'm
the
saying
offense.
Halliburton's it drives it
he
runs through
initiates
him.
the offense, but Pascal is their
Yeah,
main guy.
you're right. He is meant to be the
He's their main option, and he was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So I think we've got to expect a little bit more out of Pascal.
I think that's a fair take.
Like I said, he's got to drop 30.
He does.
Got to drop 30.
He does.
If
That's
he
a
drops
fair
30
take.
and they win this series, bro, Pascal instant Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, with the ring in Toronto,
with 2 rings.
2 rings. He's got an Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He might get Finals MVP in this series if they win
Yeah,
it.
but yeah, it's not gonna happen. So it's fun to talk about.
Ye of
but,
little faith.
I mean, bro, this is not gonna happen. It's just they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But mad respect for Rick Carlisle and the Pacer team. I mean, I'm shocked they won Game 3. I couldn't believe it.
They've been playing. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Shout out Rick Carlisle. Probably top 10 coach of all time. He's got a
20 for
finals.
sure. Yeah.
He's brought multiple teams to the conference finals. He's been to the finals multiple times.
I mean, if he wins this, no question.
Oh, I think he might move in the top 5 if he wins this.
I mean, that's just there's a lot of NBA history.
I mean, he beat
feel like
the big 3 of
No, I mean, yes, I was just talking
that
to Yanko
alone
before
puts
this.
him in top 10 territory.
His win against that Heat team, that was one of the hardest playoff stretches we've ever seen.
They beat
who we took
the reigning
down was
champs,
unbelievable.
Kobe.
Yeah.
They beat the Thunder team. That was
Well, it started with the Blazers.
yeah.
It was the Blazers. The Blazers 4-2, and then they swept Kobe.
Yeah.
And then
Coming off of a finals win.
And then who was the third? Who did they play in the?
I thought it was the Thunder or maybe San Antonio.
No, it was Thunder or San Antonio.
Yeah,
I can't
one of
remember.
those two. That's
No, it was a crazy stretch. It was a crazy stretch. They had
Jason
they
Terry.
had no business beating the Heat.
no, they didn't, bro. So that alone.
And so no, I'm with you on that,
Give
bro.
him
That
his
was
respect.
insane run. And so I'm not trying
should be
to.
talked about more.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. Even with this, I'm not trying to say Rick Carlisle. He has every right to.
Yeah.
He might win the series, but the Pacers aren't going to win, bro. They're just not.
Yeah, for sure.
They just don't.
Imagine
got
if the
it.
Knicks had Rick Carlisle.
We'd be elite. We'd be
We
elite.
ended with Johnny Bryant though.
Man, well, let's transition as we bring up the Knicks, God's team. Thanks for bringing them up.
It's been an ugly week for New York. I've had secondhand embarrassment.
I don't think ugly is the word. I think embarrassing.
I've
is the
had
word.
secondhand embarrassment. For
It's
sure.
been an embarrassing week
Very
as a
embarrassing.
Knicks fan, just to have to realize ownership doesn't know what they're doing.
No.
There was
What?
no plan.
What were they thinking?
There was no plan. You can't tell me there was a plan.
I mean,
Why in the world we would fire Tibbs without having like a confirmed we can at least interview these it blows my mind.
Yeah. Well, maybe the plan was like maybe this was one of those like
They had
okay,
what did Trump say? The concepts of a plan.
the concepts of a plan. But maybe like their thought process was like, okay, we're gonna most likely gonna have to rely on like a Johnny Bryant or another one of those other coaches, assistant coaches. But like in the meantime, why not just at least try to?
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
we literally struck out on every coach we requested.
I just don't think in their mind did they.
It was
really
even more.
think-
It was even more than just those 3 that we talked about: the Finch, the Jason Kidd. Who's the other one?
Ime Udoka.
Yeah, even more. That we asked even more coaches
Yeah.
and got denied for all of them. And right now, what I'm seeing is the top 2 are Mike Brown and Taylor Jenkins.
No way that's real. Not Mike Brown. Mike Brown's got to hang it up.
Justin,
No way. Taylor Jenkins, okay, that was
Mike
good. 'cause
Brown,
Memphis,
and Taylor Jenkins. Those
Taylor
are the 2
Jenkins
we're
is a
looking
good
at.
coach.
I'd be cool with Taylor Jenkins.
yeah, I'd be cool with Taylor Jenkins.
Mike Brown, I don't know.
No.
I don't think Mike Brown.
No.
But Taylor Jenkins, I'd be.
No Johnny Bryant?
I haven't seen he's even on
What's
a
going on with
short
him, bro?
list.
But my thought process is like, did they really think? Like, what went through their mind? Why would a team pick up the phone from New York? Hey, can we interview your head coach? And what team is going to say yes to that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I'm missing something. If there's a loophole that I'm missing in my head.
No, I mean, I think they're just going off of because if a head coach really wants that, and they're in good rapport and relationship with ownership, like a lot of times they'll let their coach do that.
Has that happened before?
Yeah, but it has to be like the coach has to be vocal and he's got to be the driver for it. And so I just
But I would say no. Even if he's like, I want to go to this team. No, we're not going to let you go to
but
another
a
team.
lot of times that's what it is. But I'm just saying if it's a situation where a coach is like clear, I want out. I want to like.
I've never heard of a coach saying, I want out. I've heard superstars. I've never heard of a coach.
Yeah. I think a lot of times it's going to be internal.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I don't know how public that'll be, but anyway, yeah. So they're just losers, bro.
Losers,
it's embarrassing.
bro.
I mean, just bring back Tibbs.
And I mean, I don't even blame. Like, even if the coaches were to like allowed to get interviewed with them, I don't even know who wants that job.
It's a great job. What are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
Tibbs just got you out of the conference finals and you fired him.
Oh, as far as like the lack of
You know what I'm saying?
security.
Like, that's a
fair.
scary type of expectation.
I mean, it's New York, yeah.
Yeah, right? Like the bright cameras, lights, you're playing in MSG, and they're expecting you got to get to the finals or we're firing you. Like that's
That is it when you put it that way.
right.
But some coaches want that. They live for that.
The only one I can think of, God rest his soul, is Kobe. Kobe would coach that team.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want that job.
No, I'd
bro.
be cool with Taylor Jenkins though. As I look at it, I mean, it's also like we're talking about like we lost everything that would have been really great, and so it's like looking at with what we have now. It's like he'd be cool. Yeah. Because he wasn't a bad coach. He kind of got a sudden firing too, right? In Memphis,
It was an unexpected fire.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Very unexpected.
Yeah, I don't even know how much like their downfall. I think it had a lot more to do with Ja just going.
Yeah, I mean that whole franchise is on some weird stuff right now.
But I'm just saying because they were the 2 seed. I was going to say that they were a high seed,
very high,
performing pretty well, and then Ja got into all of his trouble. Yeah. Then he got injury stuff. That's kind of when they started to go.
Yeah, dipping. Yeah. But still, I don't know what caused them to fire him.
I think they probably just thought he could have done more to keep Ja in line. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know that stuff.
But even then, like even now in the postseason, we just saw them. I don't know if you want to transition already to this trade.
Oh, with the Grizzlies?
Right? Like
just keep going.
What are they doing? Like
I don't know.
Firing Taylor Jenkins middle of the season, not even towards the end of the season, with like a couple weeks left of the playoffs, and then you trade.
So we got KCP.
Break it down for us.
KCP, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 pick swap for the Desmond Bane.
Yeah, bro. And they're all unprotected, like you said. And one of the picks is the next year Phoenix Suns pick, which has some value.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've heard rumors this whole offseason of the Suns blowing it up,
are gonna,
getting rid of KD. They're going to suck next year.
So I saw a report. I mean, we're just saying things we've seen now. Everything is just he say, she say. But that book, if they retain Bradley Beal, book 1's out.
Yeah, well, they can't get rid of him. That's their franchise. They can't get rid of
him. Fun thought, I guess.
They can't.
But yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, I'm not someone who studied Desmond Bane's game very carefully.
I did.
I understand he's like a solid role player.
Not even.
I understand
he's not just
him
a
to be.
Player.
I understand he's a really good floor spacer.
Yes.
He can play solid defense.
No, he's a combo. He's a guaranteed 20 a night.
Is he really?
Guaranteed 20 a night, and he shoots around 40% from 3 ever since he's coming to the league.
He just has a weird build.
I mean, yeah, he's got they like to make fun of him for the dinosaur arms, the T-Rex arms.
And I wouldn't mess with the guy.
I know.
I'm not trying to.
Like he messed you up in a fight. But he's a guaranteed dub a night, 40% from 3. Essentially, this is what they were missing.
This is what they needed?
This is what they thought KCP was, and he was not.
That makes sense.
More far off.
That makes sense.
Now, initially, I did think that they gave up a lot for a Desmond Bane, who isn't even, I don't think he's made an all-star team yet. Maybe he made it last year. I can't remember. I don't think he has, though.
Well, let me ask you this. Looking at a Mikal Bridges type player, is he in the same world as that?
I would say so, for sure.
Because I just wonder if the precedent
I would say
with what the Knicks did now.
I mean, Rudy Gobert is really who screwed up trades going forward back in that offseason with Minnesota.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah, was it the 6 first-round picks for Rudy?
Something crazy.
Yeah, so ever since then, that really screwed up the landscape of trades going forward. But I think the Magic are going to be picking around the late 20s every year, pretty much going forward, right? So, like, the picks don't really have as much value as we think, you know what I'm saying, other than that Phoenix pick. And there's a chance that Phoenix can have some weird outlier year where Devin Booker just carries them to, like, maybe a playing spot. You know what I'm saying? So the picks don't really have as much value as I kind of reflected and looked back. They don't have value. So the 4 first-round picks are
Did they trade for KCP, though?
No, they signed him in free agency. They gave him a bag. Yeah. And it was a terrible contract.
Yeah.
So even that, you had to attach some first-round picks just to get off of that contract. Because nobody wanted that. So Cole Anthony, you paid him last offseason, too. They extended him last offseason. He's a great combo guard. He's not somebody you build your franchise around, but he's a good role player, come off the bench, 6-man caliber type of person. The Magic don't need that right now because they drafted, Anthony Black, was it last year or the year before that? Mm-hmm. I feel like he was a 6th or 7th pick. And you got to see what you have in Anthony Black, right? So this essentially is giving him the reins, giving him Cole Anthony's.
So what do you, with this addition, I mean, what do you project the Magic? How much has their stock increased? Did it not a lot?
I mean, and definitely increased a lot. The Magic were already a great team. Prior to Franz and Paolo getting injured, they were like a top 4 team, I feel like, in the East. I think they were before the injuries. But before the injuries.
Yeah,
I don't think
they ever got higher than 4.
I don't know, but they were looking really, really sharp, building momentum. Injuries kind of derailed them a little bit. And what they were missing was a shooter. They didn't really have a knockdown shooter on their team at all.
Yeah.
KCP, they thought that again, but he wasn't. So with this, you get a 40% three-point shooter, bro, who's
really
in
good.
his prime right now. And that's the thing about the Magic team. All of their top players are either in their prime or have yet to even crack their prime, right? Like Paolo is still 22 years old.
He's so young.
Franz like 23. Jalen Suggs is like still young too.
Yeah.
You have Desmond Bane who's like 26, I think.
Yeah.
And they're all under contract too.
Yeah.
Other than Paolo, who's going to get his rookie extension. But Franz got extended last year.
So you're saying they're set up to
they're set up
not
for
just
success.
be one year,
in this
but
conference, the Eastern Conference right now, especially with the Celtics injuries, Jason Tatum, right now, the only real top teams are Indiana, right? And I'm not to say I'm not scared of Indiana.
No, but
they're not on the caliber of like an OKC in the
team.
West.
Yeah, it's not that.
Like there's not like the OKC in the West or even Golden State.
No, bro, everyone knows that East is wide open.
Yeah, bro. So I definitely think this puts them in that caliber of like their ceiling or their floor should be like conference finals.
Wow, that's high.
I mean, Paolo is still getting better every offseason.
Yeah.
Franz getting better every year. Desmond Bane, he's getting you a dub a night. And he was their third scoring option in Memphis, right? Because they had Ja, they had Triple J, and it's Desmond. Over here, you got Franz, you got Paolo, you got Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
So, like, this role isn't even new for him, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
think he'll be able to thrive in it? Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were like, you could have gave this package up for a LaMelo. I was one of them. For a Trae Young, you know what I'm saying? For like a traditional point guard.
Yeah.
And first of all, I don't think any of those teams say yes to that trade. KCP, Cole Anthony, 4 first-round picks. You've got to give up a.
You got to give a lot.
Right? Like, you've got to give up a Paolo or a Franz.
You got to,
Right?
Yeah.
But even with this team, I don't feel like Charles, I don't think they need a traditional point guard. We just saw the Celtics last year with a Drew Holiday at PG.
Yeah.
Derek White, right? They had like that combo guard running the point, like a Jalen Suggs, who plays defense, who can average maybe 15 a game.
Yeah.
But their top two, like, dominant scorers were their wings, right?
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
With the Magic, it's Franz, Paolo, right? Yeah. So, like, they have the recipe, I think, for, to go really deep in the playoffs.
I'm not arguing with that. I agree with you on that.
I love the move. I really do.
Yeah, I think whenever you just see 4 first and players, you're just like,
who'd
they get?
I know.
And, like, again, Bane, he's not a household name.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? He's just like he's a good player, but, I mean, he's never made an all-star.
Yeah.
Has he made an all-NBA team?
No, definitely not.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
So he's someone that.
But like you mentioned with the McCow trade,
going
forward, this is.
But players like that truly can elevate.
Yeah.
They can make world of difference. Like that's why I'm not at all trying to hate on the guy.
I really do think he can.
Like this could be the thing that unlocks.
Yeah.
And again, you have no idea the dynamic effect he could have on the players around. There's so many.
And you don't know with these picks. You don't know what you're gonna get with these picks either. They're gonna be
so
late
many
picks.
elements.
You can get second-round picks for the same.
Yeah, so I think it's good for Miami, man. Like
Orlando.
you're saying, that's what I meant. I think it's good for Orlando.
I love it. I could see them definitely make it to the conference finals next year, and I could see them making the chip, bro.
Man,
Orlando's back, 407.
I mean, you're really talking. So that would put what the big boys of the East would then be.
Knicks.
I mean, Indiana has to. Indiana
Orlando.
and New York, both of them have to because they're in the East Conference Finals. So then you put Orlando right there.
Oh, easily.
Cleveland's
I would
stay
put
there.
them even above, like regular season wise. I can see them finishing as a top 2 seed, for sure, barring any injuries. Like without any injuries.
Cleveland's going to show up again for another year.
Yeah, but they're over the luxury cap, so they've got some moves to make.
Yeah,
like Ty Jerome's he's a free agent. He's gone.
Yeah.
I could definitely see them making some trades this offseason.
Yeah, we could see.
Hey guys, we just want to take a quick pause from the video to bring you this week's extra point.
Well, not necessarily a quick. We want to give it its time.
Yeah,
right?
Excuse me.
Not a normal length pause for however God wants to move. Okay, well, not that.
Why not?
Okay, you know what? No, we're not going to do an hour.
This video is going to be 3 hours long.
That'd be too long.
Give us the extra point, Pastor Charles.
Yeah. Hey, but I want to share something God's been put on my heart, and it's from Ezekiel. All right. Let's get to some OT time.
Come on, baby.
OT, baby. But it's in Ezekiel 9. Kind of a random passage, but one that is really, again, I've been reading through the Old Testament. I read through Ezekiel a few months ago, and it's one of those ones that I just haven't really been able to shake. And at this part in Ezekiel, you'll see I'll give some real brief context. So Israel They're going downhill, tons of idolatry, lots of sin, lots of injustice, lots of unrighteousness is going through the nation. The leaders think God doesn't really care anymore. He's kind of let them go. It's just not involved. So they're just doing all this stuff and it's going crazy.
Yeah.
And God's speaking to Ezekiel and giving him these crazy dreams and visions as these signs to help hopefully bring them to repentance so that they don't have to go to the inevitable Babylonian captivity that does come at the end of the book. But it's currently going on, but they don't think the whole nation's going to go. But anyway, in chapter 9, God's given him this vision, and in it, it's these God's bringing these angelic beings with these weapons who are about to go, and they're about to go through Israel and just take people out. Right? It's one of those kind of intense and graphic parts of Scripture. And then there's this other person with it who's kind of has looks like a scribe. Okay. And in verse 4, it says that, and God said to him, Go throughout the city of Jerusalem and put a mark on the foreheads of those who grieve and lament over all the detestable things that are done in it, right? And so then what ends up happening is this guy, he goes to the city and he puts this mark on the people who grieve and lament the detestable things that are being done in Israel. And then these other angels go and they just slaughter everybody else, right? And so the reason why this has been just weighing on me, man, is because those who were saved, right? The remnant in this imagery, in this story, those that God spared were the ones who grieved the detestable things going on, right? And so they grieved while the nation around them is just giving themselves into sin and unrighteousness and unjust living and taking advantage of others and giving to the idolatry and the cultures surround, because that was the problem, was they kept on adopting the cultures around them. The people that God spared here were those whose hearts were grieving at the sin that was taking place around them. And that's just been weighing on me, man, because I can't help but ask the question, okay, pause, step back. Does my heart grieve at the detestable things going on all around us?
Wow.
I feel like that's a really kind of deep but important question to ask ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, I'm not getting into the whole, how wicked are we right now? I'm not trying to talk about that. All I'm simply saying is, as believers living wherever we're living right now, we gotta, sometimes I do think that the danger is we can get too comfortable with the sin in our culture, that we don't end up finding ourselves praying about it, doing something about it, taking action, protecting our heart against it. And I don't know, man, this just kind of hit me. And all I want to say is, just for me, something God's been working in me is I've been seeking him in prayer. I want a heart that is so sensitive to the sin in me and the sin around me.
Yeah.
I want to be sensitive to it because I don't want to give into it. I don't want to let it overtake me. I don't want to feed it. But then two, man, as sin's going on around me, I just feel this just kind of prompted I want to have a heart, man, that weeps at the sin around us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That isn't just man, the world's going to crap. That's crazy, but is actually looking at this stuff and it feels, it grieves, it laments over it, it's weeping over it. And so these are just kind of running thoughts. You know what I mean? So I don't have much of a, it's not like I have so step one, I don't have that.
Yeah.
This is more of one of those things, bro, that again, this is a random passage in Ezekiel. As I was reading it, it just hit me. And it's one of those things that's constantly in the back of my mind of just grieving over this sin around us. And so, I don't know, this is random. You're on the spot, but what you got from this?
No, I mean, that's super. I feel especially with what's going on, and like you just said, we don't have to get into what's going on in today's world. But I think more than ever right now, as Christians, as followers of Jesus, I feel that verse is as timely as it has ever been. And I feel in my life. And there's obviously a whole bunch of crap going on in this world today that goes along with politics, all the way in other countries, right? And we see this stuff, and our natural response usually, and this is even to my own detriment, I feel I struggle with this all the time. My own response to all of that stuff is always doesn't really involve me. So I'm going to, just not really focus on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to focus on what's around me, what's in front of me, my own personal life, my friends. But as if we truly are, like you just mentioned, all fellow believers of the gospel. And this is kind of going to be my response to you. What are like practical ways? Like, I know it's easy to say we can just grieve the sin around us, but like, what are some practical ways that we can even like, because there's a lot of times where I'm very oblivious to things that go on around me. You know what I'm saying? So is it just a matter of like praying to the Lord, God, like open up my eyes to the things that are going on around me? Because there's a lot of times where like people will say stuff are going on in today's world, and I don't even know that's going on because of my own natural instinct is to just kind of focus strictly on what's in front of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm distracted away from all of that other stuff. So it is as simple as just asking the Lord to open up my eyes.
That's a great question. And I don't think this is so much like a call to like everybody start getting informed on news and pay attention. I don't think it's so much. Yeah, I don't think it's so much that, you know, I mean, my news source is X, just throwing that out there. Which I saw a survey. That's like, that doesn't matter. But I don't think it's so much a charge for that as it is in whatever sphere you're currently in. So for us right now, like at Clover Hill Church and the world that we're currently involved in, the sin that's around us. What I mean by that is, as we're coming into contact with people who are having struggles, as we are seeing things taking place or people going through certain stuff or situations take place to people, like what is our heart's response to that? I think is the target here. Because when you talk about a heart that grieves and laments, I think of a soft heart, right? Like a sensitive heart, one that is aware of sin and just hates it, right? Is against it, doesn't want it to touch its own heart, and like hates what it's doing to other people. And so I think it's less about like getting informed with the news and all the stuff and grieve for it, but it's more about like as we just come into contact with the sin that's in our own bubble, again, in us and around us, kind of what's your heart's response to that, you know? And even the church at large, I don't know, man. I mean, over this past week, there's, again, more people that we found out living crazy lives and double lives and more fallouts taking place, you know what I mean? So I think it's even like, as we hear stuff like that, is it just like man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to say we need to be
for sure
weeping and saying like, oh, we're toast. Like, it's not that either, but I don't even have like a direct point in saying this. I'm just trying to say this has kind of been one of my charges I felt the Lord put on me that I've been pressing towards, and I just wanted to share. Is like, I think there's just something about, man, I think God, he's looking for those who's got sensitive hearts towards sin.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, and I admire David so much in the Bible, and that's been, I feel like, my biggest prayer recently. I shared this, I think, at staff prayer a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Just that like the Lord would shift my prayer life to like one that is fully of repentance. That like I would daily ask the Lord to, get rid of the iniquities of my heart, all my transgressions, and like search my heart, Father, because there's always going to be like hidden things in my life, whether I'm oblivious to it or whether I've hid them intentionally from the Lord.
See, and I think that's what this is getting at, is that, because again, a heart that's sensitive to sin, that grieves over sin, is going to repent over sin. Exactly. I mean, and it's more than just your personal sin. Daniel, I think it's in Daniel chapter 9. It's one of the most baller passages where he has all these crazy visions, and then he prays to God. And as he prays to God, he is identifying with Israel, even though we know Daniel is blameless and righteous, and he wasn't messing with the crap they were messing with. But he identifies with Israel and he puts on that sin with him, and he is fully just repenting on Israel's behalf, standing by them. And to me, it's like I would imagine these people in Ezekiel's time that they're talking to, those who were grieving and lamenting, I would imagine they were also standing in the gap, calling on God, like repenting on behalf of these people. Like, God, have patience with these people. God, have mercy for them. Like, God, like, man, give them more time. Open their eye. Like, I think there's something about that, man, to where it's bigger than like what you're saying is like, man, self-repentance, but then also like a heart that breaks at the fact that we got people around us, right around us, who like are getting lost in addictions. People around us who we know are getting into stuff. People around us who are battling with A, B, C, X, Y, D. For sure. And like, I don't know, are we letting it move us? I guess is all I'm saying. Or are we just living our regular scheduled program?
That's real, man. And I mean, even like Jesus on the cross, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Yeah.
Like, that that thought has to creep in our mind. Like, the people will hurt us, right? They'll grieve us. They'll, do X, Y, and Z against us. I can't let that be the determining factor of how I view that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, if a person wrongs me that isn't saved or loves the Lord, I will naturally just kind of distance myself from them. But, like, my response should be one that of a Daniel. Like, I want to identify with this person. I want, Lord, break my heart for what breaks yours, Jesus. Like, shift my eyes to see this person in a different manner. Shift my eyes to see this person the way you view this person. And once I have that kind of view of them in my mind, that I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that, like, I am going to grieve over them, but I'm also going to make sure that, like, they know about the gospel. They know about Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a really good extra point for this week. I've never really even thought about it like that. That's awesome.
Hey, let's all seek, man. Let's get some sensitive hearts.
Yeah.
Let's grieve sin. Let's pray about it.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Odell. Since we've talked about Taylor Jenkins, we talked about Bane. Now, bro, I just recently saw this, that being a Knicks fan is just exhausting. Let me just start with
it's
that.
It's always about the Knicks.
Everyone understands. It's exhausting because they always have to be the spotlight. And it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's been Tibbs, all these coaches. For a week, I had to read all these things about how we're going to get Giannis and Jason Kidd, just to then read all these articles about Jason Kidd got denied and how Giannis publicly said, I don't want to leave Milwaukee. And
Did
so,
he say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
he said
see
that last week, yeah.
Oh,
so he doesn't want to leave Milwaukee.
He's a buck for life.
He wants to stay there, which I think that's good for the NBA if he's a buck for life.
Definitely.
Like, that's, you want that. You know what I mean? He can say, if he stay there for his career, he can say he's the greatest buck ever. And that's cool.
I don't know.
Not yet. You can't say yet. Just give it time. That's all I'm saying. Just let him finish out. I'm saying if he finishes his career, it's undoubtedly, no questions, greatest. That's all I'm trying to say.
I'll let you have that.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I'll still put Giannis above all.
I'm just saying that, but you still, people can make arguments.
Yeah.
That Kareem,
and even
like,
that type
that's all
of
I'm saying.
player nowadays is so rare. You don't have those players.
That's what I'm saying. So if he really does stay there, like, good for Giannis, man. I just hope that they can build around him, because if not, they're going to waste what could be one of the greatest careers ever.
The Knicks, really, if you cheat code, all you got to do is sign his brother.
We have his brother.
You signed Thanasis?
One of his brothers has been on our team, I think, for a year or two.
No way.
I'm almost positive.
I don't think so.
Bro, I'm almost positive.
Oh, then you guys are getting him.
I could be wrong. Someone fact check me. I really think that. Can you check Yanko?
Because, I mean, that boy.
We have one of them, right?
Is like, he is as loyal to his brother as he is to anything in this world.
I really think we got him.
And I feel like if anybody, that's the cheat code to get Giannis. You got to
tell us. But anyway, I'm just saying. Let me keep going on my soapbox. Why it's exhausting being a Knicks fan. So we got to go through a week of like, wow, this is gonna be awesome. Yeah. Jason Kidd and Giannis, just to hear that. And then everything went to Kevin Durant. One of his top interests is the Knicks. Mid-season trade we tried to make. This is gonna be great. Just for to come out saying the Knicks aren't interested in KD anymore. Yeah. And so now it's like, cool. So now we got to get over that. Mm-hmm. And now it's all shifted to Triple J. And him apparently being the target of some trades for us to make. And I just don't, I'm not really excited about that, if that's true.
I'm not excited about it either. Because you're going to have to pay him.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the idea of having him and OG and Mikal, like, talk about elite defense, that's cool. But I just don't think that's what we really, like, that's not, because he can play the 5, right?
We talked about it a couple episodes ago.
I know, he's rebounding
5
problem.
rebounds a game.
Yeah.
I don't think you.
But I'm just saying, you could have a really great defensive.
Yeah, you could. I mean, he's defensive player of the year. Not this year. Was it last year? He won it last year?
Yeah.
Or the year before that? I personally would not like that for New York at all. Again, and it's just because you're going to have to pay him superstar numbers.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
And I don't think you're getting superstar production out of him.
Yeah.
Maybe if he ups his game to get at least, it's just a rebounds for me, bro. It just does not make sense to me. How you're 7 feet tall getting 5 rebounds a game, bro. It don't make sense to me.
It's hard
to, bro, get down on the boards.
I don't get it.
And it's not like he's on, I mean, he does play perimeter because he's a versatile defender, but he's down there in the paint.
Yeah.
What do you not, I don't understand it.
I mean, if Cat.
If you can get Cat at the 5 and him at the 4, I would like that.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Because I'm just saying that would help a lot with Cat's liabilities.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know what we'd have to. So he's not a free agent.
No.
He's on his last
No,
year.
he's on his last year.
Yeah,
Due
so
for an extension.
I'm not sure what we'd have to give up.
Yeah, it'd take a lot. It'd take a lot.
Yeah.
We just saw his counterpart, who was the third option, go for 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
I don't even think the Knicks have that.
No, we had like 2 years ago. We had like 40 first-round picks.
You got nothing no more.
We just
bro.
handed them all out.
You got
We
nothing.
want everyone else to have them.
I don't know what they're
So I'm
doing.
just tired, man. I think
Bro, the Knicks, you don't need nothing, bro. Just solidify your bench.
I'm tired of being a Knicks fan, man. I'm
Solidify.
not going anywhere. But it's
Come to the
been
Lakers,
exhausting. No, I'm not going anywhere. I just want us to get a coach and do whatever moves we're gonna do, and let us just focus
see
on
it.
the Giants.
And I don't want to talk about the Knicks anymore.
I'm tired of talking about the Knicks.
I'm tired of talking about them on this
They make
podcast.
us talk about them
You make us talk about them.
because they make us talk about them.
Let's talk about the Lakers. How about that?
So no, there's nothing to talk about with the Lakers. Other than Luka getting skinny, that's been a lot of
Skinny
news.
Luka.
Losing his weight, he's looking good.
Luka.
He's
And we're
looking
getting
good.
Miles Turner in free agency this year.
I think that'd be a great move for you
Ooh-wee.
guys. Yeah.
Lakers gonna be a problem.
No arguing. I think they'll
Lakers
be
gonna
good.
be a problem.
I think the West is also going to be wide open.
I don't know about that.
Okay, not wide open. The Thunder will be back, but I think the West will still be a good fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of teams are gonna get better though this offseason, like a San Antonio.
Yeah.
I think
I will
they're-
again until they prove us otherwise. We are in a cool season to where there is no dynasty, one team that for sure is going to hold down the 1-2 seed for like anything.
I think OKC. That's the only team.
Again, until they, I think next year if they do it, yes,
Yeah.
because we threw
For
3 years
a
straight.
couple seasons, it was Jokic and the Nuggets.
But I'm just, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But they've kind of taken that hit. They're still in the mix every year, but I think we kind of are in a cool spot to where next year we really it'd be hard to nail
We've
down.
had a different finals winner. What is it? The past 7 years?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. That's all I'm saying. It'll be hard to nail down who actually will be in the conference finals next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of, so it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm tired of basketball.
Yeah.
You want to have your moment with golf?
Oh, let's talk about the U.S. Open.
Have your moment. Zoom in.
Did you watch it at all?
No.
Oh man, busy week.
Yeah.
Father's Day weekend there.
It was a busy one.
No, so they just wrapped up the U.S. Open at Oakmont, which is in Pennsylvania.
Ours is a super hard course.
Yeah, so I mean, everything that everybody's been saying has been like this is just the worst course that they've played at.
Oh,
for US Open.
really?
Not in regards to like it was just a trash course, like it was not put together, like it was just so difficult. Like the fairways were just so skinny, very skinny. The greens were not friendly at all. The rough is very thick and tall grass, so it was not a friendly course to players. And all of the top players really just weren't even in the top 10. Like a lot of them missed the cut.
Who were the two you said were gonna?
What?
Were you were confident about somebody?
Scotty.
How'd he do?
Scotty finished. I think he finished top 10. Pretty
That's
sure
good.
he finished top 10, but he did not play great. And I
Jeez.
mean, the winning score was a JJ Spawn. He made a 63-foot putt to win the Open yesterday.
Only by one, right?
Yeah, he was 1 under,
Yeah.
and that was the winning score. And he made a 63-foot putt. So if you have not seen the putt yet, go back and watch the putt. It was the greatest putt that I've ever witnessed in
Greatest
PGA
putt.
history. 63-footer in the rain, uphill, breaking left to right.
That's amazing.
Oh, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, I got to show you after this. Craziest putt that I've ever witnessed in my life. And it couldn't have happened to a better man, bro. Like, I watched a little bit of his story, JJ Spawn. He's just a great guy. He hasn't never really had success on the PGA Tour. So
Wow.
for him to come into the Open and win it against the likes of everybody, Scotty.
How much money did he win?
4.2 mil, I think. Yeah, 4.2 mil. Yeah, shout out JJ.
$4 million putt.
Yeah, bro, legit.
This
So-
is why I don't sleep on putt.
No,
Yo.
it was a super. I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't enjoy it just for the sake of kind of like our comparison with the NBA Finals.
Oh, because you're just a golf.
There's just not like there was a
over
lack
here.
of like the top stars weren't in
Yeah.
it the final
That's
day.
kinda cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kinda
like
cool.
all of the top Scotty, Bryson DeChambeau, Rory, Colin Morikawa, like all of them just were not having a good, any round, to be honest. They were all above par. So it was cool to see some of the newer guys, even though JJ's not newer, but like the Victor Hovlands.
That is cool though.
Yeah, bro.
Kind of getting all those underdogs
So
in.
it was entertaining, I think. That final round, especially that putt, you can't write it up any better than that. But now it's on to the is it the US Open, I think, is the next major, or the PGA Championship? I can't remember. No, so there's the Players next. The Players Championships next. So we'll see. It's been an entertaining season. Rory won the Masters. Scotty won the PGA Championship, and then JJ just won the U.S. Open. It's been entertaining. You got to watch it.
I'll watch the putt.
Yeah.
Can we show it here? Is that even possible? That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Copyright infringement, but
look
it's
at that putt. Is that issues?
I don't know, to be honest. I got to look up on my.
Can't we say
YouTube
like this
details.
isn't our video?
We can just, no audio probably would be good. I think the audio is kind of what gets it.
But the audio part makes it hype.
Yeah, the audio was sick. Like the entire crowd lost their minds. You can hear them kind of increase, and they're like, oh.
I bet
as the
once
putts
they
going
see
forward,
it, like this might
and they just
actually go
lost
down.
It when it went to the hole.
That's
They
sick.
lost it,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna watch it.
No, it was fun, man. It was a super fun.
I'm gonna watch that.
Shout
I'm
out
gonna watch
JJ
that.
Spawn.
All right. Hey, well, let's move on. Let's do some as we've been doing the past few weeks, and we both it's good for our souls. With some NFL.
Oh yeah,
It's been good. Hey, so they've been. I don't know if you have any NFL stuff you want to touch on specifically, any rumors you've been hearing, training camp updates or whatever. But I do know some stuff I saw with Shador. I saw some reports that they've been giving him the least amount of first team reps.
yeah,
But he's apparently been the best looking QB.
yeah.
So what do you make of that?
Well, I think it makes sense.
Like they're just trying to test the guy?
I think it makes sense that he's the best looking because he's probably going up against the third stringers. You know what I'm saying?
He's still getting first team reps.
Is he?
He's just getting the least amount of first team reps.
Oh, no, I don't know. I think Shador is. I initially thought he was going to win that starting spot by the end of the season. He'd be starting, which I still think.
I think that's realistic. I think
still
Flacco
think-
will for sure be the starter week one.
and I think they'll go to Gabriel maybe around if they don't see success with Flacco, which I don't think they
Now,
will.
there's no way they keep all four of their quarterbacks though.
So they have Flacco.
They got
Gabriel,
Flacco, Gabriel Shador, and Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett's not Cam Pickens.
There's no way they keep all those guys.
Why not?
You know how rare it is for a team to store four quarterbacks? Like one of them's got to go to the practice squad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll still be on the
Okay,
they'll be
I got
practice
you.
squad, probably like a Gabriel or Shador, to be honest, till mid-season.
Nah, if Shador
And then,
goes there,
and
he'll
then
get.
Joe will get cut and he'll sign with the Giants or something.
Yeah.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I can't keep up with the Browns carousel, to be honest. I need week one to come, and then I just need them to list their depth chart, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's fair. What's other?
I mean, we can also talk about them losing Nick Chubb.
Bro, he went to Houston,
Yeah.
and I heard he looks slow as dirt.
Yeah, I mean, that injury really derailed his career.
I mean, I think it's cool he's still playing. You know, like,
I still
it's
think
great.
he has potential. He can be, especially in a two-back offense with Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Like, he could still give you
No,
solid
and he's still
value.
a big body, man.
Yeah,
like
he can
he's
still give
gonna.
you solid value. He looked very last year
Yeah.
in games that he played.
I think it'll be good for Mixon because Mixon, you know, he's a little fragile too.
Yeah,
You know, he can only handle so
definitely has
much.
some injury concerns.
But I think, yeah, you talk about a glass backfield. I mean, Mixon and Chubb.
Yeah. And they're essentially kind of like, well, Mixon has pass catching capabilities. He's
Yeah,
a
he
better
does.
pass catcher for sure. But they're kind of a little bit of a similar build in regards to.
Well,
like,
I think Mixon's more elusive. Chubb is more.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, especially at
Chubb
this
is more
point.
of a power back.
Yeah.
Mixon's more elusive, but
Yeah.
like they're both capable of getting a lot of workload. But Mixon's a better back right now.
No, for sure. And yeah, and fantasy wise, I don't really think Chubb is a threat
No.
to steal money touches from.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe goal line,
Yeah, maybe.
but
Yeah, I think that's something to kind of think about.
most of Mixon's work was him having explosive plays last year anyway. It wasn't a lot of. So we'll see. Some other news, bro. They've been saying that again. I'm not like keeping up, but I'm just interested. You saw Anthony Richardson hurt his shoulder or something.
Did he?
So he's sitting out right now.
Oh.
So it's been all Danny Dimes.
Oh, he's done.
In Indiana.
He's done.
And apparently he's looking pretty good.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
okay.
Rich.
He changed his number. He's trying to have a little glow up for himself.
I knew he was going to win that starting job initially. Is it just them two or Gardner Minshew? He left. Where's Gardner Minshew right now?
I don't know. Is he in Vegas?
I don't know where Gardner Minshew is. He
I don't
signed
know where he
somewhere
is.
this
Yeah,
offseason.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, that's Danny Dimes. That's Danny Dimes' job to lose right there. Rich is going to end up getting either traded or released.
Yeah.
He's on the Chiefs.
Minshew's on the Chiefs.
Really? What are you doing there, man?
I
That's
mean, Patty,
interesting.
bro, he's been steadily just
The Minshew mania.
It's an insurance
Can you
policy
imagine?
right there.
Yeah. Bro, some other big news. This was crazy. So with Cincinnati, obviously, Trey Hendrickson's been holding out.
Yeah.
Because he wants to, I think he's only supposed to get paid, is it $20 million this season? Myles Garrett, he's getting close to 40.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge discrepancy.
Yeah, especially he led the league in sacks last year.
Yeah, I think 2 years in a row, no?
Yeah.
Something like that. He's been producing. And Trey, he's one of those, there's some, like, you look at a Myles Garrett, you're like, yeah, he's dominant. Like, watching him. Trey's one of those guys where you watch him, and you wouldn't really think he's all that, but he makes plays.
Yeah.
Like, he produced. So there's no deny. You cannot deny production.
Yeah.
Who cares if it's sexy or not? You can't deny it.
Yeah, he's been consistent.
And so, like, you can't blame the
Ever
guy.
since he got traded to Cincinnati, he has been.
You can't blame the guy for wanting more, especially, too, when you just watch your team hand millions of dollars
To both their
to Jamar and
T.
T.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
like you can't blame the guy.
That's true.
I don't know how much money Cincinnati has around though at this point because of what those three, Joe, Chase, and T, are making. But here's the crazy part, bro, is their first round pick. It's this defensive end named Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
So he's been holding out, and he's the defensive end too. And I'm not sure if he wants more money or if it's contract details. I don't really know the whole situation with what it is he's holding out for. But, bro, listen to this. He was like, what, the 20th pick or something?
19th.
But he's holding out, and he's demanding this new contract, and he is even willing to – if he sits out, he'll re-enter the NFL draft for next year. And the Bengals just
lose out on
just
that.
lost the pick.
That makes no sense.
Do they get comp for that? Do you have any idea if that?
I'm pretty sure. I don't think this has ever happened before. Has it?
They have to get a comp pick for that.
I'm pretty sure they would.
And who would want to draft the guy?
Why, who does this guy think he is?
I don't know. I think that's the thing is people are kind of like, is he justified? And is he right? Is he wrong? Is he justified? Not justified? Again, I don't know the details of the contract. Y'all, do you have any idea?
Whoever his agent is
but
not a good look.
It's a scary look.
That's not a
like
good
who
look.
wants, even teammate wise.
Yeah.
Who wants to play next to this guy?
And
you know what I'm saying? Like, who do you think? You haven't played it down.
That Trey Hendrickson thing is probably making it even worse for him too. I bet.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah,
because he's saying, "What kind of
like,
organization
bro,
is
these dudes
this?"
ain't paying Trey, they ain't paying me. Like, this is a garbage franchise.
Yeah,
bro, that's embarrassing.
It's very ugly.
Oh, it's getting ugly at Cincinnati, bro.
It's getting ugly, but they're gonna have a great offense. I mean, if I'm Cincinnati, I just say peace to both, accept defeat, except we'll have the highest scoring, highest points allowed defense, and just go
just like
all
last
in,
year.
all in.
We
For
rinse and
offense,
repeat
man.
last year.
Didn't they fire their DC though? I think
they should have. I hope they did.
I think they did.
No, that's crazy, man.
Bro, you saw Joe grew out his hair.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
What did he do?
He grew it out.
He grew it out.
Yeah.
Like Justin Herbert type.
Yeah, but he's got more like wave to his hair than Herbert.
Joe Shiesty.
Like a shade of Minshew, like not half.
Yeah,
Joe
I saw
Shiesty.
something that said he looks like he's about to go take out some young Jedis. Like that's what he looks like.
Oh, Obi-Wan type of haircut.
Yeah, I
Oh
guess.
shoot. I feel like he switches up his haircut every year. He goes.
Yeah,
with like
it was
the frosted
remember last
tips.
year. Last year he buzzed it and bleached it, right?
Yeah, bleached it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's up with this dude?
He just does
MVP
his thing.
season loading in though, man.
Could be.
MVP season.
Could be. Now he's got happy receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And Chase Brown's gonna elevate. Could be.
They didn't get any other running back this offseason.
They signed I think like a 7th round pick or something.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
Chase Brown season,
So
bro.
Chase Brown to the moon.
He's gonna blow up.
To the moon.
Get him in your leagues. He's a key dynasty pickup.
Yeah, if you want to join our fantasy football league also.
We have no link available, but one day we will.
Well, we
and
do have one.
We have a link available.
Yeah. I will legit join.
$500 buy-in.
Legit.
It all goes to the church, but the winner will get money. We don't know how that works yet. We'll figure.
What did you just say? That started so like pure
I'm
and
making
innocent.
things
I
out.
was so serious. Like if you want to
Yeah.
join our fantasy league, let
Yeah, no,
us
you
know.
can join. You can, but you can join. But we got to know your record.
But we're sweats.
Like you got to send in records of
You have to have at least one.
at least three championships.
7 years.
At least 3 championships in the last 6
I don't
years.
think I've had 3 championships.
I qualify.
I don't think I did. That sucks.
What else is going? Anything else you've been hearing though in the NFL offseason? Any takes to cover?
Yonker,
you got anything?
The only team that I'm following is the Panthers.
Okay, what's the news?
We're looking good.
That's like
your
the
update.
most general.
No, Bryce to Tet, that T-Mac connection is looking good, bro. It really is, bro. And I keep seeing all these reports, not reports, but like all these videos on my timeline of like DBs who are just absolutely hyping up Adam Thielen in the videos, saying that he's like one of the hardest receivers that they had to cover last year because he's just one of the best route runners in the league.
He's a smart player for sure.
Oh, him and Hunter Renfrow. Obviously, we signed Hunter Renfrow.
Oh, I didn't know you guys got Renfrow.
Yeah, we got Renfrow in the offseason.
They're like super similar.
Yeah, they're just really good white guys.
Yeah. Well,
And that's a scary combination when you get Bryce with some white boys on that offense, bro. Nah, we're going to look good. We're going to look real good.
No,
that's the only
good.
thing I'm following, though, man.
That's good. And obviously, Rodgers is there. He showed up to practice.
Yeah, looking fun.
Oh, because TJ's holding out too.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
We talked about that last.
No, TJ's the one making 20. He's the one that wants more too.
Yeah.
Him and Trey both
They
want
both
more.
want
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ will get paid.
He'll get paid.
Yeah. He's a Steeler for life.
He'll have to get.
Jainty's looking good. Ashton Jainty.
Ah.
They talk about he's looking really good.
Yeah.
I heard that they're going to take a committee approach though.
Who's the other back?
Who is the other back?
Zamir White?
I think don't they have someone else?
Yeah, Zamir White last year.
But I think there's somebody else. We're talking about
Alexander
Vegas.
Madison? Was he even on the
all I
Raiders
know
last
is
year?
I
think he was.
don't know. I just saw that they're going to be taking a committee style.
Are you high on Jainty this year?
Who are we saying right now?
Ashton Jainty?
Yeah. Why are you saying? You say JT?
No, Jainty.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
I mean,
high?
yeah. I think he could have a. I think he can definitely have a top 5 fantasy season. I mean, I'm always nervous to draft rookie running backs.
Yeah.
I'm always hesitant
But
because you just never really know.
yeah, but I think I would feel more comfortable drafting him just because of the dynamic of their offense and how they don't really have much.
No, I
he
mean,
would
it's
have
gonna
majority of
be-
the workload.
Yeah, it's gonna be very much him
And he's
focal
a good
point.
Yeah, pass catching off third downs.
Yeah.
Every down.
Yeah,
Four
this is
down
good.
max.
This is good. On our show notes, we're going to talk through both of our top 5 running backs
Really?
going into next year. Yeah.
Oh shoot, let's make
So,
it quick.
Why don't you start with it?
My top 5 backs going into next year.
Going into. So we're not
Are we
talking
talking about
about
fantasy? Or are we talking about just strictly
just. I mean,
running
they
backs?
kind of go hand in hand.
Oh no, they don't.
We're talking about like who we're going to project. After next year, we're going to say these are the 5 best backs in the league.
Oh,
so they kind of go hand in hand.
gosh. Okay.
They kind of go hand in hand.
Kind of. I still think Saquon's top dog. I don't think that's up for a debate.
I'm agreeing with you.
Pretty
I'll
good.
speak up when I disagree. I
Super
agree.
Bowl champ. Speak up when you disagree.
I agree with Saquon.
Saquon. Oh man.
Don't you dare say Ashton Jenny.
No, I'm not saying Ashton. I'm stuck right now. But I'm stuck right now between.
Doesn't matter. He's a rookie.
I'm stuck between Derrick Henry and JT. Am I
Really?
missing somebody? You put me on the spot. I hate when you do this.
See, I wouldn't put them at either of them at number 2.
Derrick Henry? I mean, he just had
No.
almost 2K yards.
But
last
again,
year.
we're not talking right. Okay, so right now, going into the year, I would agree Derrick Henry's number 2.
So this is at the end of
But
the
I'm saying
season.
at the end of next season, I think Derrick Henry. He's still
what,
gonna be
31 years old.
Yeah, like
Yeah, so there is
he's gonna have a bit
a
of
decline
a.
that
He's
he's
still gonna
due
have
for.
mad respect and top back. But I think number 2 is definitely gonna be Gibbs or Bijan.
Oh, yeah.
It's
see?
got to be one of those.
Okay,
two.
yes. No, without a doubt. Saquon, 2A, 2B, Gibbs,
Bijan.
Bijan.
It's really hard for me to pick between
Yeah.
the two of
Because
them.
they do a lot of the same things, essentially. But Gibbs is more of the dynamic.
Originally,
He'll give you the explosive play, right? He'll break away for a 40-yard run.
yeah.
Bijan is more you can rely on him for every down. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to get you 100 yards, 50,
Yeah.
20 carries.
Yeah. Originally, I would have like a year ago going into this past season because they both were drafted 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So they were going into their second year.
Yes.
This is their third year. After the rookie years, I would have told you Bijan. I like Bijan better just because I think he's more the traditional running back.
Yeah, he is.
That's all I meant. Like he could do the 3 downs, he can move around. And remember, that was the year where Montgomery had, what was it, like 12 plus touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they were in that, they shared a lot. And so Gibbs was really primarily used just for those special plays, the outside work. Like he wasn't really,
Just
I feel like it was
explosive,
this past year because of Montgomery getting hurt, Gibbs was starting to being used more and more.
But we also saw that his first year, wasn't there a stretch? where-
There were stretches, but
saw his
last year, I feel like it really stood out. Like, this guy's actually a
an
running
offense.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not just like a gadget.
No, he's him.
Like he's legit.
Yeah, no,
And
without a doubt.
I kind of feel like I don't know, man.
No, I really
I think I would pick him over Bijan right now.
maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because he is working in an offense with way better offensive linemen,
Yeah,
way
it's
better
true.
receivers,
Yeah.
a running back B who is Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Algier's good, but yeah, he's not.
But he did he even play last year?
Yeah.
Tyler Algier?
Yeah, he had fun.
Oh, I'm thinking of AJ Dillon. Yeah, Tyler Algier.
AJ Dillon, is
was
he
a
still in the
bum.
league?
Yeah, no, I don't think he is genuine. I think he got released.
Guy was a bust.
I was thinking of him. Yeah, so it's hard to say, but definitely
Yeah.
2A, 2B. You
Okay,
can't go
so
wrong with either.
those are top three. Now we're
Yeah.
now you'll go to JT Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I like JT. I want to say my boy C-Mac, bro. I love Christian McCaffrey. I really, really do. And, I mean, obviously he's dealing with coming off that injury. It's hard to predict where he'll be next year.
The last time he had a season-ending injury, how did he bounce back?
The last time he had a season-ending injury.
Yeah,
Was that the first year he was in San Francisco?
I can't remember.
Because I remember last year was when he came back from the injury.
Was it?
Yes.
So was it the year before that? He went to San Fran and got hurt.
No, the year before that, he was dominant for the majority of the year and then got hurt at the end of the year.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember he was dominant because, yeah, you had him on your fantasy team. I think that was the last time. But then obviously he got hurt in Carolina.
Well, obviously he's just getting up there, isn't he?
2019 got hurt. 2020, one of the best seasons of all
Is
time.
he over 30?
McCaffrey? No. No, he's not over 30. I
He's
think he
got-
might be 26, 27.
No way. He's 26.
He got drafted in 2018 or 2017. 29.
He's 29, yeah.
29.
So, I mean, it's, you
He got
know,
drafted
your
2018.
injury recovery is going to get a little tougher.
Yeah. No, 1,000%. That's my hesitancy with
Yeah.
putting him in the top 5. Just because of my pure love for him.
No,
Probably
that's
like
fair.
you with Saquon.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just love Christian so much. But I would like it's going into that JT, Mixon, like those types of running backs. I might be missing somebody.
Yeah.
Who am I missing? Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the top 10. Definitely not top 5 conversation. There's no world where we leave this next year of NFL and we say Josh Jacobs, top 5. I just don't.
I mean, he had a really good year, I feel like.
Yeah, good, really good year. But
Really
he's
good
not he's not going to be. I don't see how he takes that kind of a
Give me some running backs.
lead. But I don't think there's any other that would fit in that top 5. I mean, him.
I mean, I could see a JT then sliding
Brees
into
Hall
this.
is a loser now. He's not doing
Yeah.
anything. That they're going committee. What did I say earlier? The Raiders.
The Raiders.
It's not the Raiders going committee. The Jets are going committee.
Okay.
And I heard they're trying to shop Brees.
Braylon Edwards. That was their other running back.
Yeah.
That really shined.
And they're trying to shop Brees apparently, which
He's
could
a
be
young
good for
running
him.
back. I would
like
take a chance on him.
who are the two guys that could take big leaps? Tank Bigsby could take a big leap. He could. And who's a Tampa guy? Bucky.
Bucky Irving. Yeah,
He could take a huge
Bucky.
leap this year. He could be
Bucky
in the top
looked like a
5.
real. Yeah, I could see him being top 5 running back.
Bro,
He's
poor
so
Raquad
good.
White, man. He had that really decent year, and now
he
he's
was
just.
a fraud. He was never a good running
I'm
back.
just saying, he had a decent fantasy year. Now
He's a good PPR
just,
running back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good PPR running back, but he's
Yeah.
not a good running back.
yeah. But Bucky could definitely take the jump.
Bucky. I could see the Jane Ashton sliding into that.
I think both of them could take that jump.
But JT is a top 5 running back, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He
Again,
turned up the latter half of last year.
Yeah, it's still his injuries definitely have been holding him back.
No, but he turned up latter.
Because his year was that 3 years ago or 2 years ago? Where JT just took the league by storm.
2022.
Yeah, I mean that was crazy.
2022, 2023. And then he got drafted super high, got hurt,
Yeah,
and then showed up later half of this year. He was really playing well.
yeah.
But no, it's I don't know. That top 5 is pretty kind of solidified, but
Yeah, I
after
think it's
that,
got to be that. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of like just good running backs.
Yeah.
Not like a ton of. Yeah, it's a big time drop off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's a big time drop off, which is a little sad. I feel like the same way with the receivers too, like we were talking about.
There's definitely more talented receivers than there are running backs.
Are we in a?
And I don't think it's hard to say because every receiver starts at least 3 receivers anyway. So
Yeah.
compared to starting on one.
Another
running back.
question. This is on the spot, just because I've been seeing a lot of things. Would you say Matt Stafford is a top 5 QB?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
Who's
I don't
in,
think
who's
that's
in
a
front
hot
of him?
take.
Who's in front of him?
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson,
Sorry, this is the better question. Is Matt Stafford the best quarterback in the NFC?
in the NFC? No, I would say Jaden Daniels above him. Maybe that's
Okay.
like kind of Jordan Love him. I probably
You take Jaden Daniels over Matt
Yeah, I'll take
Stafford?
Jaden Daniels over him. I would take.
Guys, I think that's a crazy thing to
No,
say.
it's not. I would even take my boy. My gosh, what the heck is his name from Detroit?
Golf.
Goff. I mean, he played really good last year.
Guys, don't.
I believe in Kyler Murray,
God.
Dak Prescott,
Now you're just trolling. Get out of here.
Brock Purdy.
Why are you disrespecting Stafford?
He's just old, bro. That's really it. He's just old.
He's still so good.
Yeah, but we haven't seen it.
What are you talking about?
Ever since the Super Bowl, we haven't seen a dominant Matt Stafford.
Last year he produced.
He was hurt,
He still produced.
but he was hurt.
He was
So that's,
you
have to take that into consideration.
He was a play. They would have won the Super Bowl
No, they would not have.
if they were the closest team to beating the
They
Eagles.
would not have. That doesn't guarantee them a Super Bowl win.
I'm just saying.
He's just hurt. I think you have to take that into consideration. Like his health and his age. Like you just mentioned McCaffrey. Like it's not getting easier for him.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and these
true.
guys are younger. They're getting better.
I just think that's disrespectful to put Jaden above him right now.
How? He was a rookie of the year.
But it's 1 year. That's you got to give some more respect
No,
than that.
bro. It was such a dominant year. It wasn't just like this. It was such the way he did it.
Now
brought them
Jordan
to the
Love is
conference
absolutely crazy.
championship.
To try to say Jordan Love's over Matt Stafford, that's an insane.
If you would have
thing
said
to
that
say.
before last year, I would have agreed.
Now Jordan Love did have a disappointing year.
Yeah, he had a really disappointing year.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we're running pretty low on time here.
Yeah. We can just keep. I could just keep talking about. Give you random
No,
questions.
no.
I should just say more hot takes.
No, man, it was a fun. That was a good episode, I think.
No,
So we
it's
got
fun,
Game
man.
5 tonight.
Game 5 tonight
In OKC.
in OKC.
Charles has
SGA will drop 37. Halliburton will score 11, and we'll get flamed.
no.
That's my prediction.
No. OKC, they'll dominate, but it'll be a good game. I'm excited to see it. And yeah, I hope y'all have a beautiful week.
Yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for listening.
And
Share.
see you next week.
Thanks for your support.
Peace.